Hello, Christchurch Cathedral. I'm Serena Sides, the Dean and Rector of the Cathedral. When I started on December 1st of 2024, I was soon asked, what is next for the Isaac Project? We had just participated in the beautiful service of repentance on December 5th, which was the culmination of phases 1 and 2 of the Isaac Project, as laid out by our former Dean and Rector, Timothy Kimbrough. You may recall that Isaac was the name of one of the first enslaved persons to be baptized at Christ Church. Over the past few months, I have looked at the history of the Isaac Project, reviewed older vestry materials and strategic plan summaries, and spoken with members of the Isaac Project, our clergy, the Reverend Paula Smith at Gordon Memorial United Methodist, and the Reverend Tabitha Lewis at St. Anselm's Episcopal Church. Here are some things I know to be true. The legacy of enslavement is still a scourge upon our nation in the form of overt and covert racism against Black and brown people. The Cathedral has looked inward on race for the past several years, and now it is time to look outward. The Cathedral is doing a lot of good things to serve our neighbors, especially those of color. Finally, the remaining 3 phases of the original Isaac Project, penance, institutional reform, and refreshed for service, as described in the materials that I have seen, were not fully developed or clearly described for me to operationalize. All this has allowed me the space to move forward in ways that I believe are consistent with what's been done so far, what is being done now, and what we are called to do next. I presented a new vestry-approved vision of the Isaac Ministry on Race and Faith as part of an adult formation series called Revolution of the Heart on May 11th. I'm recapping in this video what I presented there. The Isaac Ministry on Race and Faith takes what we are doing in disparate parts of our cathedral community and moves them under one umbrella, under the direction of a new, yet-to-be-identified lay leader and the Reverend Anna Russell Friedman. I will remain involved. The vestry approved the following mission statement at its April meeting, which I presented to the congregation on May 11. Here is the mission statement. The mission of the Isaac Ministry on Race and Faith is to build on the work of the original Isaac Project by educating our cathedral community about racism and racial justice, building meaningful relationships with traditionally Black churches with a focus on St. Anselm's Episcopal Church under the Walking Together Partnership, advocating for racial and economic justice in Nashville, and furthering the historical research of the Isaac Project. Okay, so to reiterate, there are 4 areas. First, education. This includes an upcoming September pilgrimage to Montgomery, Alabama, and possibly a series of Sunday morning classes in spring 2026. Second, relationship building with St. Anselm's, which includes pulpit exchanges, social events, and volunteering together. This is our priority, even as I stay in conversation with Gordon Memorial United Methodist in North Nashville and Holy Trinity Episcopal Church here in downtown. Third, advocacy through to START, Nashville Organized for Action and Hope, NOAA, which we are already members of. We're also in conversation with First Baptist Capitol Hill. And finally, as our 4th prong, ongoing research into the history of Christchurch Cathedral and its relationship with the larger Nashville community. Institutional questions around staffing, art, music, and such fall under my purview and are part of my call as your leader and as a baptized Christian. All these areas will develop over time. This new Isaac Ministry on Race and Faith will remain outside the commission structure, and as its name indicates, it's envisioned to be an ongoing ministry woven into the life of the cathedral, not a project with a beginning and an ending. This Isaac Ministry does not preclude other justice-oriented ministries emerging through the efforts of congregants in response to specific issues. Thank you so much for your support of this new ministry. There are many ways you can be involved, especially by showing up for our events and volunteering with St. Anselm's and participating in NOAA. And you can reach out to me anytime to express your interest, because I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for listening to this video, and have a wonderful day.